给了我爬光的眼，同赤裸，是凉的是暖的，我只能仅凭直觉揣测。爱情是如雨造化我，情丝缠执着。众生如何待我？冲破挣脱，何以变成些善恶？曾有片刻碎落，以爱问上日何？我的存在不会因情节而予以残破。
He talks to birds?
Yeah, and flies and mosquitoes. When he passed by the lake the other day, a frog was sitting on the shore, and they chatted for a while. Mr. Tantai is so weird, he can hold a conversation with a frog.
Talking to himself?
The servants passing by the lake indeed were all snickering at him.
You, stop being naughty.
What is this quackery? Haven't I told you? Forget about tracking anyone else, your only job is to watch Tantai Jin. If he does anything suspicious, especially if he gets up to any tricks, report right back. Also, keep a close eye on him. Don't let him freeze, starve, or get beaten up.
He's not allowed to leave Ye Mansion. His every movement is being watched. It's utterly impossible for him to play any tricks. He also talks to sparrows, butterflies, and whatnot. Basically, he talks to all animals except humans. Miss, do you think he can actually talk to animals?
You must have overworked yourself. Why don't you take a few days off?
Miss, I really saw them talking.
Maybe it's because no one in this mansion ever talks to him. Anyone would go crazy without someone to talk to all year round.
Now that I think about it, Mr. Tantai is quite pitiful.
Could it be that he became the devil god because he was isolated for too long? This won't do. I need to have a word with him.
Miss Xiwu. You followed me around for days. Do you have something to say to me?
You guessed right. I've been so bored lately. So I wanted to have someone to chat with.
Go ahead.
Nice weather today, huh? It's freezing. Tantai Jin. Tantai Jin. You're always getting bullied. How does that make you feel?
I don't.
No way. Anyone who gets insulted would be angry or resentful inside. Haven't you thought of doing something about it? Like killing me?
You want me to kill you?
No. That's not what I meant. I just wanted to know what you're thinking inside.
It doesn't matter what I think. You all insult me not because of what I've done, but simply because you enjoy it. I can't change all of you. As for whether I hold resentment or grudges, none of it matters. I'm just a hostage prince from Jing Kingdom. To be alive is exhausting enough. I can't afford to think about anything else.
This was 500 years ago. The little devil god truly hadn't done anything bad. Or shall I say, he hadn't had his chance yet. Instead, people were the ones doing bad things to him. Maybe he only became the devil god due to the series of tragedies. If someone was willing to help him, to show him kindness and cared about him, would he have fallen on this devilish path? Tantai Jin, life is indeed tough, but you still have to live on. Come find me if you ever feel bored. Not socializing for too long can turn you into a psychopath.
Like you?
You looked good when you smiled just now. There are so many people in the mansion. I'm sure someone will like you and want to talk to you.
No one will ever like me. And I don't need to be liked.
Miss, look. I visited all the clothing stores in town, and got some nice and thick winter clothes. Pick one for Mr. Tantai.
This one's too thin. This works. The color looks good too. But it's too big. He can't wear this.
How am I supposed to know his size?
Go fetch me some sewing tools.
Miss, I'm not sure if I should ask you this.
Then don't.
Why are you being so nice to Mr. Tantai now?
Because I'm afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
I'm afraid one day when Mr. Tantai freezes to death, he'll drag us along to hell. And what if after all the constant ill treatment, he finally snaps one day, decides he's done being a punching bag, turns into a big tiger donned in a black robe, and eats us all?
Why would a big tiger be wearing a black robe?
This coat is for me?
A kept man who lives off a woman actually affords a new coat?
Stop right there.
Tantai Jin? What is it?
You just slit my coat.
Slit? Now that's a slit. Are you getting mad? Are you starting to have a temper because Xiwu hasn't beaten you lately? How dare you glare at me? Our Yi family has given you such a good life that you've gotten brash with your masters now? I'm gonna beat you up right now.
Why are you getting violent?
I'm not. Why did you pull me away? I just helped you slip that kept man's coat. Look at him showing off.
Ye Xiwu, pay for it. Hasn't father taught you an eye for an eye, a coat for a coat?
What? What's wrong with you, Xiwu?
You paying or not? Don't make me go to father.
I'll pay. Here. Trollop.
Just ignore him. This slit is too big to be patched. Forget it. You can't wear this anymore. I'll get a new one.
You gave this to me. It's mine now.
All right. You keep it. I'll have Chuntao buy you a new one.
Miss. It's a royal edict. Mr. Tantai is to have an audience with the king.
The little devil god still has ties within the palace? I must follow him to find out. In case something fishy is going on. I'll come with you.
Tantai Jin is here to meet His Majesty.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Miss Xiwu, His Majesty will only meet Prince Tantai alone. If you have nothing to do, how about having a chat with the Empress Dowager?
It's okay. I'm pretty familiar with the palace. I'll just take a walk.
Sure.
The devil god was raised in this palace. What on earth did Tantai Jin go through? How did he spend his days? Why choose him as the devil god? If I saw the place he lived, maybe I can find some clues. You there.
Miss Xiwu.
Do you know where Tantai Jin used to live?
Tantai Jin, here's a letter from Jing Kingdom. It was sent from the palace. Do you want to read it?
No.
Any normal person would want to hear from his family. When you say no, it sounds like a lie.
For me, Jing Kingdom is 1,000 miles away, to which I shall never return. Emperor Jing is someone I knew 20 years ago, whom I will never reunite with. He is but a foreigner in a foreign land. I don't care. Nor do I wish to care.
Do you mean that? Do you know Emperor Jing Tantai Wuji is about to die of an illness? Your elder brother Tantai Minglang has been made crown prince.
I see. Noted. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Tantai Minglang is an ambitious one. He's been waging wars against us and never bothered to care about his younger brother's well-being. Is he truly not afraid that I might cut your head off as sacrifice?
Tantai Minglang and I are just strangers who share the same blood. He wouldn't care if I lived or died. If you were to behead me as a sacrifice, I'm afraid that may be exactly what he wishes.
He shows no mercy for you. Have you never thought of going back to Jing Kingdom and taking back all that belongs to you?
I see he's trying to play me against my own brother. Your Majesty, I've left my country for over a decade. I am but a wanderer. The people of Jing Kingdom only acknowledge Tantai Minglang. There's no place for me back there. Besides, fate has a plan for us all. The throne, the mortal land, I'll leave these for others to compete. This is my fate. To be able to breathe is enough for me.
It seems I was overconcerned. You may leave. This man has a heart of stone. He baffles me every time I see him. No wonder his old man does not care for him. Since he refuses to work for me, he's useless now. Have someone keep an eye on him. He'll cause trouble as long as he's alive. About what I mentioned before, get it done quickly.
Yes, Your Majesty, I've made arrangements.
Do be careful. Find someone of similar appearance and age. Don't make any mistakes. When the time comes, I can give the Yi family a surprise and disrupt the Jing Kingdom as well.
Wise move, Your Majesty.
Miss Xiwu, we're here. This was where Prince Tantai had lived before being sent to the Yi family.
You're after His Highness. You're after His Highness.
Ma'am, it's a cold day. Why are you on the ground?
Miss Xiwu, this is Nanny Yingxin. I heard she's the one who brought up Prince Tantai. She followed His Highness here from Jing Kingdom.
You're after His Highness. You're after His Highness. You're after His Highness.
Do you mean Tantai Jin? Who's after him?
I'd never cause him harm.
Your Highness, please hold on.
Chief Wu.
I haven't had the chance to congratulate you on your marriage. Congratulations.
Chief Wu, let's drop the pleasantries.
I heard that although you've married Miss Ye Xiwu, the one you love is Miss Bingchan. As we all know, Miss Bingchan and our Prince Lin see eye to eye with each other. And General Yi has long regarded him as his son-in-law. Since you're now at the Yi mansion, this is rather convenient. Could you keep an eye out for me?
What do you mean?
For proof of their collusion, of course.
Collusion? You want me to help you frame Xiao Lin and Yi Xiao?
What a poor choice of words. I'm His Majesty's close attendant, certainly. I should share his worries. If you're willing to help, not only can I guarantee you'll live long, but I may also help you marry your one true love.
In this vast capital, Xiao Lin is the only one who has been sincere with me. We're not close enough to meddle in each other's affairs, but there's no reason for me to do him harm. I'm afraid I won't be able to help you do that.
Don't ask for the hard way. Don't forget what happened to you, Yingxin.
How did she become like this?
This cold palace has few visitors all year round. We don't know when she went crazy either. I just heard that she's been like this ever since Prince Tantai left for Yi Mansion.
I didn't harm His Highness. I didn't harm His Highness. It's not me. No. I didn't harm His Highness. I didn't harm His Highness.
Don't you forget where this place is. Don't forget I'm in control of her fate. It's up to me whether she lives or dies. Don't think you can live in peace by being a docile son-in-law with no say in the Yi family. I'll kill Yingxin if you don't comply. But I won't let her die so quickly.
I thought you were just Xiao Liang's loyal dog. I didn't expect you to be a talkative one too.
Tantai Jin, you.
His Highness wants you back.
Understood. The hostage Prince Tantai, as for what I just said.
Chief Wu, you were just catching up with me.
You're getting better at this, huh? Alright, listen. If you dare tell anyone else about what I said, I will make you regret being born. A lowly son of a lowly mother.
That Chief Wu talks too much.
That Tantai Jin thinks too highly of himself.
Godfather, don't let anger consume your health. About the one you told me to find, I've got him. It'll surely be enough to fool those of Jing Kingdom.
No. I just shared too many secrets with him. If he is of no use to me, I can't let him live any longer. Tantai Jin must be killed tonight. If he won't listen, replace him with someone who will.
Godfather. 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 He's dead. He's dead. Lin, you said you had something important to discuss. What is it?
Father, many civilians of late have gone missing in their sleep. I suspect a demon has entered the capital. I sent Chen Xian to lead the Dragon Guards to investigate the missing civilians as soon as I heard the report. I've arranged day and night patrols in and out of the capital to look out for the demon. Father, please be careful in the palace too, in case the demon causes trouble.
Of all the princes we sent to Mount Buzhao, you're the most promising one. You excelled the fastest in your cultivation. You've made great progress in just 3 years. But faced with demons like this, I'm afraid you can't win for sure with just 3 years of cultivation.
Sorry to let you down.
It's fine. I happen to have someone who can be of use to you.
Prince Lin, we meet again.
Junior Marshal Uncle. So Master sent you here?
My sect brother said the opportunity of my lifetime would be in the capital. He told me to spend a few years here before returning.
What opportunity is that?
Well, I don't have a clue. But at least I can help while I'm here. The Barren Abyss barrier has weakened recently, and demons are slipping through, wreaking havoc in the mortal world. You also know that our Xiaoyao sect loves minding irrelevant things like this.
This is not irrelevant. It's a big deal concerning people's lives. Since Father appointed you as Senior Chamberlain, as an official, you ought to protect your people. Now that we are under attack by demons, please help me subdue them right away.
Look how the tables have turned. Back in Mount Buzhao, I was your sect uncle. Now that I'm in the Sheng, I've become your subordinate. But the salary of a Sheng official is simply too low. I can't even feed my own mouth, let alone my family members.
Junior Marshal Uncle, you're adopting cats again.
You know me best.
Little Devil God had a hard life in the palace, that's why he's so down and pessimistic. The evil bone feeds on hatred and pain to accumulate strength. That's why Tantai Jin suffered so much. Is this the fate of the Devil God?
Buttercup. It's late. Why are you out on this windy night? Aren't you cold?
Father, why are you home so late? You must be tired.
Are you worried about me? You've really grown up. By the way, if you got nothing important to do, don't hang around outside.
Why?
The capital isn't safe. Some civilians have disappeared in their sleep. Seems it's a demon's doing. And another strange thing happened in the palace. His Majesty's loyal advisor Chief Wu had an accident. He chatted a little with Tantai Jin and died soon after going back. His ears were bleeding. The way he died was bizarre. A wasp even crawled out of his ear.
A wasp? He talks to birds?
Yeah, and flies and mosquitoes, and they chatted for a while.
I won't say more, in case my darling daughter becomes too frightened to sleep. Go to bed.
Miss, are there really demons in this world?
Not only demons, but also devils.
Even when I left the palace and hid in Yi Mansion, they still wouldn't let me go. I must find a way to get out of Jing Kingdom. Chief Wu, you've lived long enough. Go! With my current abilities, controlling a couple of small creatures is the best I can do. I barely got out of danger this time. Next time might be more challenging.
How do I know if he has awakened? Little Devil God doesn't have much power now. If it was him who did it, he must have used a curse or a charm. If you murdered someone, you'll definitely leave traces behind.
Miss Xiwu?
There's nothing on him.
What are you dissatisfied with?
I'll just have to trick it out of him. Chief Wu from the palace suddenly died today. Did you know that? I heard that he stopped you before you left the palace. What did he say to you?
Nothing.
So calm. Is he really innocent? From today on, I'm gonna search you before you go to bed. I'm warning you, don't even think about playing tricks on me.
Miss Xiwu's interests are getting more and more intense.
Don't you start with me. Who knows if you might have told one of those wasps or bugs to kill for you. I don't want to end up like Chief Wu, dying for no reason at all.
How did she find out? In this case, searching my body doesn't seem enough. How about I take off all my clothes so that you may be rest assured?
Go ahead. Not my loss. We're husband and wife after all. I've already seen it all. Go on. You're not gonna do it? Shall I do it instead?
When did she become so much smarter?
Be wary of your candles during this hot summer. Be wary of your candles during this hot summer. Be wary of your candles during this hot summer.
Grudge, hatred, fear, remorse. You're the one.
Help!
As expected, nowhere else has more nightmares than this palace does. With the aid of these nightmares, I can cultivate more nightmare blossoms. The red string is up to your neck. You really look like a miserable one. Why don't you leave here with me? I sense a unique scent outside of these palace walls. It's not yet dawn anyway. I'll go take a look. It's right here. It was worth the trip. This scent is truly unique.
It was mine to begin with. Your Highness, don't go.
Little sweetheart, you're obviously immortal, but there's something demonic in you. How very interesting. What a fruitful night I got. Why don't you come back with me too? With the nourishment of these miserable souls, the nightmare blossoms will soon be everywhere. As long as they bloom all over the woods, I can evolve from a demon to a devil.
A demon in the capital. Chief Wu's violent death. Do they have anything to do with the little devil god? What are you looking at? There better not be leftovers. Finish them.
Ye Xiwu, you're so capricious.
Yeah.
Lately, I find myself enjoying watching people eat. Is there a problem? When this month ends, and you don't put on 3 pounds, I'll give you a good beating.
Her psychopathic ways are becoming more unpredictable.
Miss. Bad news. Miss Bingchong is missing.
What?
She was perfectly fine last night, but she was suddenly gone this morning. I'm afraid. It's TT that demon his lordship mentioned. What should we do?
Calm down.
His lordship sent for the senior chamberlain to exorcise demons in the mansion. I hear Prince Lin is here, too.
I'll go take a look.
She's still interested in Xiao Lin. Good. This way, no one will care about Chief Wu's death.
Butler Lu, bring Jiaowei back to have a good rest.
Yes.
Brother, who's this guy?
He's the new senior chamberlain, Pang Yizhi. I heard he's the direct disciple of the Xiaoyao sect, and also the sect uncle of Prince Lin. Catching demons is his specialty.
Then do you know who his master is?
I heard it's immortal Qingshu from Mount Buzhao.
Never heard of him. Could he be Uncle Xiaoyao's great-grand master?
No demon can escape from his eyes. He can identify one in an instant. When he strikes, every demon dies in his hands.
Oh, no. He's a senior disciple of Xiaoyao sect. If he finds out Tantai Jin's evil bone and executes him, that would be bad. What now?
Scholar Pang, anything I can help you with?
Junior Marshal Uncle, what's wrong with him?
Scholar Pang.
This young master has a charming face. He's bound to be rich and famous. When you're rich, don't forget me. Don't forget me, yeah?
Thank you for your blessing.
The Xiaoyao sect 500 years ago must have been lenient with admissions.
Scholar Pang, you've walked in circles for a while. Have you found anything?
General, for now I haven't seen anything yet, but everyone in your mansion should be fine. Please allow me to cast an array in your mansion to search for that demon's traces, and get Miss Bingchan back.
Sure, I'll be counting on you.
You mean that well-cultivated demon took them to Mount Bonjin in the southern outskirts and used these people to plant flowers?
Yes. Yi Bingchang and Ingsen were both taken by that demon. But it seems like that demon doesn't plan on killing these people yet. Why don't we share these clues with them and have them rescue the kidnapped?
Got it. You go check what Ye Xiwu is doing. Ye Xiwu is especially smart lately. She's suspected me of controlling animals. If I tell her these, it's no different from pleading guilty. Forget it. Why bother getting into trouble?
The demon locking array? It's here. Next step. What's the next step again? Where should this flag be planted? The white flag corresponds to the metal element. I've tried this spot. That one's wrong, too. This doesn't make sense. Not here.
Will this poorly constructed array work? Never mind. I'll do it myself. Thankfully, Dad forced me to learn how to draw spells for a few years. Since I don't have any powers, I can use this for desperate times like now. Scholar Pang, I'll borrow some of your incantation slips. It's for the good of everybody. Surely you wouldn't mind.
The misery in the mortal world is indeed Nightmare Blossom's best fertilizer. Traveling thousands of miles from barren abyss was certainly worth it. Aren't these two the ones I brought back just last night? Their nightmare blossoms have bloomed so quickly. My judgment was right. Let me see what's special about your experiences. So you're a maid from Jing Kingdom. You followed a hostage prince to Jing Kingdom.
Let go of me. Your Highness. Let go of me.
Who is this? There's someone with such a twisted fate. He hasn't had a hint of warmth or a glimmer of light in his life. If I plant a nightmare blossom with him, it'll definitely be the best of its kind. It can surely help me devilize.
This demon locking array is like guarding by a tree stump for a hare. If the hare doesn't show up, he won't catch a thing in 10,000 years.
Shoo! Miss Xiwu, are you alright?
I'm okay. I was just startled by this bird.
I think if you don't tell them where the demon is, they won't find a trace till dawn.
Who'd have thought Ye Xiwu, who fears nothing and no one, would be afraid of a bird? Please keep a distance from her.
Fine. This woman is usually so mean, yet she somehow fears me.
Nighttime is the best time. I smell it. Right there. He's the one. I've never smelled such a sweet scent. He can definitely grow the most beautiful nightmare blossom. Someone from Xiaoyao Sect is here. I better be cautious.
What was that?
The Edict of the Heavenly Lord reveals all hidden evil. Demon binding charm, purge all darkness. Seize. Prince Lin, we caught it, didn't we?
Oh, no. This black fog is a deceit.
It was a distraction. That's Tantai Jin's chamber.
Yi Bingchang is on the southern outskirts of Mount Banjin. Now they can't tell who wrote it. I have to think of a way to slip this note to Xiao Lin. Let him play the hero. I can't arouse Ye Xiwu's suspicion again.
You're the one I've been looking for. You will certainly flourish into the most beautiful nightmare blossom.
By the light and power of the mystic thunder, strike.
You've overestimated yourself.
Tantai Jin, hold on to me.
Ye Xiwu, are you a fool? You'll get yourself killed.
I can't let you die.
What a pair of lovebirds. Then you can come along.
Miss Xiwu. I'm doomed. She is General Ye's precious daughter. He's gonna rip my head off. Prince Lin, nothing must happen to Miss Xiwu. Miss Xiwu was kidnapped by the demon.
Yi Bingchang is in Mount Banjin in the southern outskirts. I'm going to save her.
Could this scribble be some kind of trap?
It's our last resort. I have to give it a try. Bring the dragon guards. Let's go.
Okay.
What is this place?
Susu, that devil god came like a storm. You must stay and guard the gate. I'll help the sect leader.
What? Why is sect brother here? And why am?
Listen to me, Hengyang Sect's mantle must be passed down.
Hengyang Sect. But it's clearly.
Susu, wake up.
Clearly.
Tantai Jin has been killed by the succubus. The devil god has awakened. You are about to fail.
Susu, wake up. Tantai Jin has been killed by the succubus. Wake up.
Father.
Sect sister, wake up. Sect sister.
Devil god. Tantai Jin. Succubus.
Sect sister, wake up. Sect sister. Sect sister, wake up. Sect sister.
Where is this place? The demon's den. What was that dream I just had? Tantai Jin. Thank goodness, you're not dead. Why are you still standing there? Help me get down. Nightmare blossoms. It all makes sense now.
What's a nightmare blossom?
I've read about it in books. The succubus brings people to her den, then uses the dark memories within their heads as seeds that grow into vines and bind them in place. Trapping them in endless nightmares, flourishing the nightmare blossoms that she feeds on. It's like raising livestock.
Ye Xiwu. You've been reading?
Have you seen my elder sister? She should be here too.
Over there. Let's go. Here she is.
Ingson? Why is she also here?
How do you know her?
I saw her when I was in the palace.
You were investigating me?
No, I wasn't. I was just...
Passing by a remote and cold palace and saw a crazy woman.
So what if I did? You're always being so mysterious. Have you seen the demon?
The night's still young. I guess she's still hunting.
She captured so many people. And she's got her own barrier. She's quite a mighty one. No wonder Pang Iji couldn't catch her. The deeper you sleep, the tighter the vines will twine. Tantai Jin, why weren't you bound?
Because I never dream.
Let's rescue them.
Be careful. This is the land of the YOUKU tribe. But we were just in the woods. This isn't reality.
Tantai Jin?
Greetings from Yingxin, Princess.
I see. Thanks for telling me. But I'm the princess of a YOUKU tribe. For the tribe, I have to go. Let's go.
princess. Yunxi and Lanan are born to serve you. Wherever you go, we will follow.
Seems like this is Yunxin's dream, which means YOUKU tribe's princess. YOUKU tribe has become our subordinate is Tantai Jin's mother. Princess Yuan,
known for her gentleness and virtues, is hereby granted the title of concubine Ro. She will be welcomed and greeted with a grand wedding ceremony, a nationwide celebration. May your majesty and her highness love each other forever, and may your descendants thrive on and on.
去了满身鸦羽不杀，前程